I never thought I would be saying this, but right now, as we speak, at the time of this recording, the U.S. military is tracking a Russian nuclear submarine that at the time of this recording is about 66 miles off the coast of Florida. Now, I reported to you all before, and we knew that Russia was sending a nuclear submarine and some warships to Cuba. Now, originally, it was expected that most of these warships wouldn't arrive until Wednesday, yet they're pulling up early, and this Russian submarine is purposely coming a little too close for comfort. And if you're one of those people who have been asleep behind the wheel, because listen, most Americans are. Most Americans have become so comfortable with the war over in Ukraine, but you have to understand, even though to you it feels like we're not directly involved, we are. And to Russia, it definitely feels like we're directly involved. Don't get me wrong, you may not have any family members that are over there fighting against Russia, but your money is your money. Your taxpayer dollars are being spent to fight Russia. Okay? Every time a Russian soldier dies, it's probably, because of a weapon that was provided by America or because of money that is provided by America. So even though I'm America first, I understand why Russia is tripping. I understand why Russia is upset. Listen, I'm upset right now that Russia is in a nuclear submarine just chilling off the coast of Florida. I don't feel safe. So I imagine that there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Russians that don't feel safe because America is constantly giving hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine, and now we've given them the go-ahead to use our weapons on Russian soil. So, as I was saying, I know that for most Americans, we have gotten comfortable with the war over there because it feels like it has nothing to do with us. But it has a lot to do with us, and this right here should show you that things are about to be taken to the next level. Russia, they've been making a lot of promises. They've been saying a lot of things. They haven't kept good on a lot of those promises. Now they are, okay? Once you have a nuclear submarine 66 miles off the coast of Florida, you have a problem, okay? A lot of you probably drove more than 66 miles today alone. Think about that. How often do you drive somewhere that's just 60 miles away? That's how close a nuclear submarine is. And listen, this is said to be the most powerful nuclear submarine in Russia's arsenal, possibly one of the most powerful submarines in the world. It's not like they sent a rinky-dink little piece of machinery. No, they sent their best on purpose to flex. Now, I'm not here to tell you that they're going to attack us or anything like that. I don't necessarily think that's the case. But they're letting us know, hey, you're not untouchable and we're not afraid. So what we're witnessing right now, as these Russian warships pull up on Cuba, Putin is promising that he's going to start placing high power, he's promising that he's going to start positioning some high-powered bombs and missiles, what have you. I don't know the exact names of which missiles he's planning on using, but he's going to start stationing them closer and closer to America because NATO and America, we've been positioning nuclear weapons closer and closer to Russia. So now it looks like we are on the verge of a Cuban Missile Crisis once again. Cuban Missile Crisis 2.0. History is repeating itself once again, although I think the outcome, I think the end game, when it's all said and done with, I do think this is going to end in violence. I don't think this is going to end in peace. At least right now, it doesn't look like America or NATO wants peace. It looks like they want to keep poking Russia until things get even worse. And that's just an honest observation. I'm not pro-Russian or on Russia's side or anything like that. I just understand that if another country did to us what we're doing to Russia, we would not allow it. We would already be at war right now. So I do think that Russia has shown some restraint so far when it comes to what NATO has been doing. But that restraint seems to be wearing out because now, as you see, they're literally on the coast of Florida with it. Like, okay, you want to keep sending all of this money and all of these weapons to Ukraine? Guess what? We're off the coast of Florida. What do you want to do now? You know what I mean? So it's gotten taken up several notches over the past week. And I'm guilty of it too, of just, going about your day to day. You're not worried about the war in Russia and Ukraine anymore. It's old news, but you never realize that just like that, things can change drastically. And as I reported to you all in the last video, the past couple of weeks have been terrible. They've been absolutely terrible. Russia has acknowledged for the first time that America is an enemy. Biden has acknowledged for the first time that he gave Ukraine the go-ahead to use the weapons that we're sending them to targets within Russia. So this thing has been taken to the next level. And the next level after this is war. It's just war. And in many ways, we're already at war with Russia. We might not have boots on the ground, although I think in some ways we kind of do. I don't think we necessarily have U.S. forces on the ground fighting Russia, but we got, U.S. forces training Ukrainians. We're equipping the Ukrainians. It's just a complicated situation that's only going to get worse. And it sucks because I feel like this situation could have gotten better by now. I feel like there were some certain ceasefire agreements and certain things that could have been worked out. But it's on record that America told Zelensky not to agree to a ceasefire. They basically told Zelensky not to back down. And we just continue pumping money over there, just allowing these Ukrainians to basically walk straight into a meat grinder. The war over there is worse than a lot of people think. Some people think there's not much going on. There's a lot going on. If you know where to look, there's a lot of videos of the war. It's really crazy. It's really sad, and it should have been ended a long time ago. But it's not ended. It's getting worse. And now we're at the point where the war in Ukraine has spilled over to the coast of Florida. Because now when you're chilling, sipping your little pina coladas on the beach in Florida during the summer, you got to know that, just a few miles away may be a Russian nuclear submarine. Now, personally, I don't think anything too big is going to come of this, at least right now. Like, I don't think Russia's going to try to attack us or anything like that. Now, anything is possible, obviously. But I definitely don't think that's the case. But today marks the beginning of a new day and age, where the things that America has been comfortable doing for a long time now, they're not going to be as comfortable doing those things anymore. Especially when places like Russia are pulling up 60 miles off the coast of America with nuclear submarines. America is being tested right now. Our strength is being tested. Some countries have simply had enough. And I really do think that this is going to eventually come to some type of... I think that this is going to end with a massive conflict. Most definitely. But there are things that can be done to prevent that. And at the end of the day, we want any major conflict prevented. Because if you understand how many people would lose their life in a major war between the world's superpowers, hell, the whole entire world may be destroyed. And that's not an over-exaggeration. That's reality. That's the reality that we're looking at. But the U.S. Navy is on high alert. They said that they're going to be shadowing these Russian warships. They're already scrambling certain aircraft to try to monitor and keep track of this nuclear submarine. And we are headed into a Cuban Missile Crisis 2.0. So things are going to start getting really interesting. And boy, oh boy, I am telling you right now, hopefully something gives. Hopefully something changes in America. We need a drastic change to prevent what I think is about to happen. And what's about to happen, if things don't change soon, it's definitely not going to be good. It's not going to be good for Russia, and it's not going to be good for us. But hopefully we can prevent that. But waking up and seeing the type of news that we're seeing today, it definitely doesn't look like things are getting any better. Things are definitely getting worse. I never had to worry about Russian nuclear submarines 60 miles off the coast of where I live, but now I do. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.